Okay.
It's weird that it's late.
Yeah, it's dark outside. This is weird.
But before we get started, open y'all's presents.
Well, Morgan, I'm stuck in this corner now, so you have to pass me mine.
Oh yeah.
Wait, you can't even move? Okay.
No, not usually.
It's yeah. It's no surprise y'all got the same thing, but
Happy Hanukkah to
I just wanted to show how
This is so sweet.
This is really sweet. Okay, on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
go. Honestly, have y'all had that one?
I think I have it.
I don't think I've
like
had this one.
It's my favorite one.
I like it.
Okay,
Okay.
I
look.
just got so yeah.
Miles
25
did
on both.
Miles
25.
did a good job.
Oh my
Okay.
God. Hell yeah.
That was sweet.
Oh,
Aw.
that's the best chapstick ever. I don't know if you ever used it. It's the best chapstick.
And some Starbies.
This
Yeah.
is the best chapstick.
Best
I don't know
ever.
why I said Starbies.
I don't know if you'll like it, but it's the best ever. And then there's a little bit of chocolate.
So on the
Uh-oh, Shay.
I know I was getting ready to say Morgan, and I've already had. I definitely shouldn't
Smells so
admit this,
good.
but I definitely had like 3 pieces of chocolate today at my little Christmas gathering, and I had a small piece of bacon.
Does it smell bad?
No, it smells good.
No,
Okay.
it
Smells
does smell
like cocoa
good.
butter.
Yeah, it's
I
my
have this
favorite.
weird thing with chapsticks though. Some of them make my like lips kind of like break out, like not break out, but like Burt's Beeswax makes me get like blackheads really bad,
Oh,
like around my
really?
lips. It
Really?
like it like clogs my pores for some reason.
That's the only chapstick I have, and I have like 100 of them. Okay, not 100, but probably like 20 of them.
Is this
that are
one dark
branded.
Is this what we
chocolate?
were eating last time?
This is Snickerdoodle.
Maybe.
Ooh,
Yo.
Snickerdoodle.
No, those are holiday ones.
Snickerdoodle.
You mean hazelnut?
No. That one
Not
says
Snickerdoodle. It's milk chocolate something, and
This one says Snickerdoodle. This one has to be. Is this white chocolate?
Ooh, I love.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Not, I think so.
Well, this is amazing. Oh, thank you so much.
That was really
Miles.
sweet.
problem.
Yes,
That's so
thank
sweet.
you.
I just appreciate you guys, and so I just wanted to show some sort of
Your presence in the car.
huh? You left it at home.
I left it at home in my other car.
In my other car.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas. This is our. Oh, sorry, I can't yell. See, it's so quiet for me. I feel like y'all can't hear
It's
me.
okay.
No, we can hear you.
I'm deaf.
Sorry. Anyways, this is our Christmas episode. So, Merry Christmas, everyone watching. I hope everyone had a great Christmas because this will be coming out Wednesday. Are y'all ready for
Can
Christmas?
we do it? Can we do it?
Can we do what?
Put it out on Christmas? You got it?
We can.
Okay.
On Monday. No one's gonna
Oh,
listen
okay.
to it though.
Oh, okay. Wednesday. It's fine.
Honestly, I would love to do that, but the thing is like the algorithm and stuff like that. If more people aren't watching it when it drops, then it says don't show anyone else.
Do you ever watch those videos like with the best time to post?
Oh,
or,
I've
like-
watched millions of those. Yeah, it's not
It's
real.
like
Oh, it's
every
not?
day.
It's real to an extent, but it's not really real. If it's a good post, it's a good post. If people like it, they
Facts.
like it. Because
He could go on forever.
I can go on
about
forever.
this.
But yeah, I don't think it really matters. I've literally tested that out in so many different ways. Like a good post is a good post. You know what I mean? Like that's just really like it's not as fun as it sounds. Like a good post is a good post. If it's not a good post, it can get lucky. Maybe posting at the best time, but like a good post will do good regardless.
I feel like a lot of the good posts or like posts that do really well now on Instagram are the ones that people are fighting in the comments about.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
You
saying. Like, it's just that, like, long story short, the best way is the initial comments. So, even if you come back to it, like, if you post a picture and I go to it and I just scroll past it immediately, that is literally bad for your algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna, like, that says, oh, people like Miles and people that have found a similar thing don't want to see this, so let's not show as many people. So it's like it's a point system. Like so I can get into it, but it's a point system. So good post.
And like how many like probably seconds that you watch of it and everything.
All that. Like I said, just that's points. Like, oh, these people watch it only 5 seconds. So like, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's the only reason why we wouldn't post on Christmas. Other than that, I would love to post on Christmas. Our other what's are doing well. I mean, like for a new podcast, they're doing pretty well on YouTube.
Yeah. For not being people that are like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, even when we were
celebrities.
posting before, yeah, exactly. Even when we were posting before, like the most, I mean, it wasn't many. like 70. I think was our most ever. But yeah, y'all ready for Christmas?
Yeah.
What y'all getting? What y'all getting for Christmas?
How are we supposed to know?
Well, I already know. I already had Christmas. I was just telling Morgan that before.
maybe that's
Well, what'd you get for Christmas?
So we did Christmas with I do Christmas with my best friend's family. And so I got this little purse I have down here, which is,
Oh,
sorry.
it's like a real leather purse, and it has a little like matching little bag on the inside.
Ooh, cute.
So it's cute, right up my
who
alley.
bought it for you? If you don't mind me asking. If that's not personal.
My best friend's mom.
Okay.
So the way we do Christmas is like everybody gets. It's one of my favorite things. We all get stockings from my best friend's parents. They're like my second parents. And then we all get like a Christmas stack, and every year she wraps everybody's presents in the same paper. So like we all have our own paper each year, and like we get like a little stack of gifts. And then I got something from my best friend and her husband, and then my best friend's sister. So my best friend's sister got me an electric kettle,
Wow.
Ooh.
which if you
Do you
did
drink
it,
a lot of tea?
I don't drink a ton of tea, but if you make anytime you need hot water for anything, if you make it in the electric kettle, it stays hotter longer.
Yeah, I have an electric kettle.
Yeah, so I love it. I've had them in the past. So I got that, and then my best friend gave me like a self-care journal that has like prompts in it to write on, which I think is really
that's
cool.
cute.
Nice.
And then a Nike cropped like Nike hoodie.
Where's the check at?
I wish.
No.
The check,
no, no,
the
no, no,
Nike
no,
check,
the Nike check.
Oh no, it's like it's an older one. It's like a it's black and white like squares, and it has the checks like all over it. Like
Wait,
it's a-
hold on. Is there a difference between like a good shirt and bad shirt, where like the check here versus check up here?
Yeah, like
A
what?
personal
what-
preference, I'm assuming. But I like the check in the middle. That's hard.
Oh, okay.
I think it's extra hard. Like
Yeah, no, it's
women have that. Guys don't have those. They don't make
yeah,
them on the side.
those sweatshirts that we have.
it's like, and it's a cropped. It's like oversized, but it's cropped, so it'll be a cute little like over the gym.
Tight.
And then what else did I get? Like scarves and a hat and gloves and stuff like that. And then my best friend's mom also antiques. Like her and her husband have started antiquing because she's retired and he works part time. So she got me a really pretty teacup. So I collect teacups.
Oh wow.
So she got me a little saucer and the cup, and then she got me this really cool like rack that actually holds it. So it like puts the saucer on the back, and then you can hold the
that's
like
cool.
teacup on this little like hook.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh,
So that was really cute.
cute.
So.
Cute.
So
Yeah.
do y'all ask, like my thing is like I don't like oh Morgan, what are you going for Christmas? Oh Shay, what are you going for Christmas? Oh, you tell me and then I tell y'all what I want. I hate that
Why?
because I feel like hold on, try not to be negative this spot. But I just feel like it's like not thoughtful.
You want to like pick it out on your own?
Yeah, if I'm doing it, yeah.
Or you want someone to like just notice things about you throughout the year, and then
It's not to say
like,
I
give it to
want them
you.
to notice me. Like, if you didn't get me a gift, like, if I have to tell you what I want, just give me cash. If, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it means the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, to me, personally.
But I think there becomes like a certain like to just like a certain like age or amount of Christmases you've had, like it gets harder. Like my best friend and I now, like obviously I know what she likes and like she knows what I like too, but we still sometimes call her like, is there anything specific you want this year? Like I got her this little like the leather jacket that I wore in. I got her a black one. I literally called her and was like, hey, so do you remember this jacket that I have? I was like, would you wear something like that? I was like, do you have something like this? Because I knew it was her, but like I didn't know if she had it or didn't have it. Like we don't even live in the same state anymore. She was like, no. And I was like, would you wear that? She's like, yeah, probably. I said, okay, happy Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
but I got her other stuff on top of that. But it's like, but I also do that too. Like I usually am the person that buys off the gift. Like when my best friend got married, she sent out like her wedding registry. Everything that I don't think I bought a single thing on her registry because I like bought her stuff that she didn't think about that I knew that she would still use.
yeah, those are my favorite presents to
That's
give.
what I'm saying.
Like
They're the
stuff
best.
they're like, oh shit, like I didn't even like I need this, but I didn't realize, or I want this, but I didn't realize. Like
Yeah.
anyone like knew or whatever. My mom's been asking me for a Christmas list for like months, and I still haven't given it to her.
Really? I haven't. Yeah, I got my
Christmas
mom
couple
to
days.
buy me.
But she was like, "Oh my gosh, I got you the best gift ever." I'm like, I have no
And now
idea
you're
what it
excited
is.
though,
Yeah,
right?
so like I'm like, okay, but
But
we'll
are you
see.
hard? Are you hard or easy to shop for? Because I feel like I'm kind of hard to shop for.
I feel like I am too. I don't know.
I feel like I mean, I don't want to say I'm easy to shop for, but I like show or talk about a lot of things that I want a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
like,
are
if
you like more picky?
Oh yeah, I'm picky.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, like I don't really want any gifts. Like of course, if I get them, I like them or whatever. But like I'm just again, I'm huge on if I have to tell you what I want. Like we're too grown. Like if you spend especially if there's a number cap, which I mean I haven't really been in that situation too often, but like a price, like if it's like $50 max, it's like, how about you save your $50? I'll save mine, and like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't like price caps. Now we may talk about like with my best friend this year, we were like, we've done like bigger years of Christmas, and then so I was like, hey, are we like. I basically was like, with bodybuilding and everything, I can really only afford to do like small.
Yeah.
And she was like, no. She's like, everybody's kind of on the same page this year. Like nobody's doing like nobody got like what you would consider like a big ticket gift. Like nobody got electronics or like any one item that was probably over like $50.
Yeah.
And so I think it's cool to have that conversation because I think it can be embarrassing sometimes when you undergive.
And see, that's why I don't like it.
Yeah, and so I feel like, but I think it just depends upon like having that kind of like conversation around like.
Yeah.
Like I think of it this way. Like for example, you said you collect teacups, so like I would have been like, oh, I know she likes teacups, so like I would have went and got one. Like I don't want you to tell me you want this specific teacup. It's like it's not personable. It's like I said, we're just too grown to be doing that. So just save your money. If we got kids, like let's give the kids something, like or if anything, like what I want to do maybe next year with like my family or something like that is no, like all my family, but like go somewhere. Like let's go somewhere and spend the money on like a Airbnb somewhere instead of like I said,
I'm more of an experienced person in general. Like when I talk about like birthdays and stuff, like I do like gifts, but I would rather have something small and thoughtful and an experience than like you buy me a $300 purse or $200 sneakers or something like that.
So how do y'all feel about significant others getting you gifts? Like is there a level, or is that another conversation? Like, is there a certain, I know this is a loaded question, but is there a certain amount of time where you don't get each other gifts like that anymore? Or is it like, is it hard? Because for me, it's hard to not, actually, I haven't bought Sam anything for Christmas.
I think it
So,
just,
I don't know.
Isn't she gone?
Yeah, that's why.
but I also think that just depends upon like where you guys are. And I think it's also different when you give out of the space of just like giving. So like the guy that I'm dating, I gave a Christmas gift to.
Yeah.
Not because I like have to or because we talked about exchanging gifts or because I expected anything in return. Like I literally just like and I did something thoughtful. Like I went and printed out some pictures of him and his daughter and like framed them for him. So something like small, like it wasn't a crazy expensive gift. It was a thoughtful gift. Like he doesn't have any up in his apartment of the two of them. So that's what I went and did. Like that wasn't an expensive gift, but I felt like it was a very thoughtful one.
Yeah.
And I think
that's fine. I think that like if you're not exclusively dating a person, veer on the side of not getting them a gift.
Like even if it's been a while, what about like how like okay, you start dating someone a month out of Christmas. Do you get them gifts?
No.
See.
Well, okay, wait.
And I'm the opposite, but I love to give gifts. So
yeah, so do I. But you have to like. I feel like you have to tread lightly on what that gift is.
Why? Like explain.
Because, okay, if you're doing way too much, like you've been talking for a month, and you're gonna get like.
I guess dating has to be like describe dating for you, because dating could be like you're going out on dates with this person, you're not really spending too much time, you're potentially seeing other people, but like dating,
I think something like that would be a perfect thing to do for somebody, like a nice gesture.
Yeah,
but I don't think you need to be spending like
unless you're official.
Bunch of money. Yeah,
I think I agree. I don't know. I feel like I think I might drop something.
Yeah, and I definitely have in the past as well. I think it really just depends upon like also for me, and this may sound like weird, but I kind of use like how much the guy that I'm dating has maybe spent or put in effort with dates. So like if you've taken me on like say we're only dating 2 or 3 months, but you've taken me on some really nice expensive dates in that 2 and 3 months, and I know that you have shelled out quite a bit of money to provide those experiences for us, then I kind of use that as a tool to be like, okay, like this is my like kind of
Gratitude.
chance to like pay you back, not because I have to, but I just kind of use that as like a guide. Whereas like if it was maybe a more casual thing and I was dating a guy for 2 months and not, let me just say this, not that there's anything wrong with like take out movie dates, but if like all we've done is like chill at your place, take out movie dates, like less expensive dates, then I probably would be more hesitant to go and drop like $200-$300 on you for a Christmas gift.
I think I'm the opposite. Because if we're movie dating, like, and we're really, like, vibing on some, like, we just really chilling and we're getting cozy up and cuddling, I'm going to be like, oh, this feels a little bit more like it's going to feel a little bit more real, I guess you could say, than, like, oh, I'm meeting up with this girl that I've been dating and we're going on our 3rd date together. But if we've been, like, chilling and, like...
Well, I'm not saying that we're not also chilling. I'm just saying if that's all we've done, like, if you haven't put any, like...
So you're saying
if
money
you
out.
Yeah, if you haven't put, I mean, as bad as that sounds, like if
Her
you
gift's
haven't,
gonna be the popcorn that she brings over.
yeah, like I mean, not to say,
Yeah.
but it's just kind of like
Gourmet.
for me. I mean, when we're talking about like spending money, I mean, it's regardless of how it's spent, whether it's on dates or whether it's on gifts or anything like that, you are putting some sort of financial investment into someone. To me, anytime you spend money on somebody, you are investing something in that. So I think for me, I just want to make sure like those two things align. And it doesn't mean you have to give me a Christmas gift back. That is not what that means.
You can be hurt, though, right?
No. Actually, I wouldn't be at all.
I would be.
No, I wouldn't be. Because I don't...
Expect.
Me, previously, in previous years of my life, yes, I would have been hurt. But that's because I was doing those things to get...
Return.
in return. And like when I gave him his gift, it was literally just something that like I thought he would appreciate, and I got excited off of his excitement. Like I got enjoyment out of how much he enjoyed the gift.
Do you think that makes it a little more real though? Like giving somebody a gift, if you're dating them and you're not actually dating them, is this going to be something that turns them on or off? Is
Like-
this going to be a tipping point where they say, okay, seems like this is getting serious for this person. Do I have to take that into account? And does this change my perspective of the relationship?
I think
For sure.
But I also think if that's your tipping point,
No,
then
like a gift like yours, though. Like what you did for him is like for me, I'd be like, dang, like that's real. Like that is very thoughtful, and that shows some sort of sense of character. Not the exact item, but like.
Oh yeah,
you know
and
what I'm saying?
that was his sentiment towards it. But I think that's also like if you're talking about like, I think if you don't know what reaction it's gonna get, then like I probably wouldn't give the gift. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you're like, oh, if I give him this gift, it may tip him towards like, oh dang, like hold on, wait a second, let me get my shit together. Or it could tip him the other way of being like, whoa, she needs to chill out.
Yeah, we were just chilling.
I wouldn't have given.
Hold on.
I wouldn't have given the gift if I didn't know how it was gonna be received.
I got you.
Yeah. And that comes from, I think, like we've talked about this a lot on the podcast, I think that comes back to like just communication. Like, although this was not something he asked for, I knew it was something that he wanted, and I knew that we have talked about his daughter enough that it wasn't going to be weird for me to have given the gift that I did. Otherwise, if I wasn't sure, I would have been like, here's a gift card, Merry Christmas, or I would have just sent you a really sweet text on Christmas Day and been like, I don't know what I would have
gift
said.
card
But
is crazy. I don't know. I don't like gift cards.
No,
I
I
don't like giving gift cards.
Really?
Miles is like,
No,
let me
I don't
take
like
that back.
giving
I'm just
gift
kidding, I'm
cards.
just kidding, I'm just
I don't
kidding.
I
like
think
it.
it depends if it's like those are thoughtful ones. Like you pick
Yeah.
places that you.
But also
obviously know
too
that
is just
we-
like whatever, like.
No, because I say that because it's like because I like to give those gifts that it's like thoughtful of like what would they like type of thing. Like obviously if it's like for coworker type of situation, that's different, but I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
I think
that makes sense.
I think it's also important to remember too, like when you like just this goes to other things besides gifts, but just like not having expectations. Like, I think because I don't have expectations of receiving anything back when I give anybody a gift, it makes it so much more enjoyable. Like, you get the enjoyment out of giving the person a gift. And then the other thing I think that we sometimes forget just in general is like, we don't know the other person's financial situation. So just because I'm able to go out and give everybody gifts doesn't mean that somebody else is in that space, just in general. And for me, that doesn't stop me from giving a gift.
No, for sure.
You know,
I think though, like for me, because earlier I said I would get butthurt. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if me and a girl or me and Sam whatever are dating, and we're in a relationship, and like I'm not gonna lie, it matters on the time of our relationship. Like first year, second year, maybe even, and you don't give me anything back, I'm gonna be butthurt. And like for me, I say it because I feel like women like giving gifts, and it's like if you don't want to give me a gift, then it's like I don't know how you feel about me.
So what meme? Like, so what I'm the present.
Yeah.
So what if your like girl or your partner came to you and was like, hey, like, I really want to give you a gift, but I'm just not in the space to right now, like, for whatever reason. I mean, because some people have
financially,
really,
right?
This is a tough time of year, and like a lot of people have really big families. So I mean, if you were newer dating, like, you can't really be mad, or I personally wouldn't be mad if a partner was like, look, I had to put funds where I had to put them. Like, I have family that I needed to do gifts for. Like, I didn't forget about you, but maybe I got to get you on the next paycheck, or I got to get you a couple weeks from now. Like,
I'm personally gonna like so at the end of the day, I actually don't care, but I'm gonna like, oh, how's she spending everywhere else then? Like,
Miles said, put it on credit.
Like, yeah,
but we're talking about her putting it on like her family, like her siblings or like her parents or somebody like that. Like, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, like, at some point your significant other doesn't top, but like 2 years into a relationship, or I mean, okay, 2 years is different, but like if we're like new in a relationship, like under a year,
how many months? This is the question. How many months before Christmas is it too early to get a gift?
Too early to get a gift?
I would say 3.
3 months?
Right?
No, okay.
Oh, for how long of dating before it's weird? I don't believe in timelines like that. I think it depends upon your relationship, because I've dated guys where at 3 months we've only seen each other, once every other week, so 3 months is nothing. And then I've dated other guys where 3 months in I see them 3 times a week. So like that's not the same.
We talked about this a little while ago, but I think we also, I don't know, Morgan, you didn't say too much about it, but we also agree with the timeline of how long it takes to get into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, Morgan, you say 3 months, and if I'm not in the relationship if you're not my girlfriend.
I think I said 3 months.
Yeah, you said 3 months of dating.
But that's what she just
it's
said.
It's too early.
Oh, and you said like 2 weeks? Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Am I crazy?
You said something. I don't
Wasn't
remember.
it?
I don't 100% remember this conversation.
Like, that
I'm
is
not gonna even lie.
to like be official?
No, maybe you said like a month or something.
Nah, I'd say about
No, I think he said that he knew.
Yeah,
within,
know.
Like,
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you are, but like you know.
So dating, okay, what if you're 2 months and you start dating 2 months before Christmas? Morgan, do you think it's too early still for that Christmas? Like, y'all are official. Are you getting them some?
I'm getting a gift. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just low key. Yeah. I'm just always getting a gift, unless like
at that point, like I'm at my peak of excitement and my lovebirds are chirping all around my head. Like, yes, like I will spend like $1,000 on you right now.
Not lovebirds.
So,
but I think it, like you said, it just kind of like there's so many factors that
no, it really is
that play into that for real, because it's like, I mean. I don't know what just happened.
I don't know. It was just an awkward pause, and then you looked at Morgan. And I thought she was about to say something. And I look at Morgan, and she's got the drink up. And I'm like, is it super carbonated? Is it going to blow out her mouth? And I was just like, what is happening? And Morgan's like sucking her drink. And like, you pause while looking at her doing it. And I was just like,
I think I lost my thought for a second.
I just didn't know what was just about to happen, and I
Got
just
lost
wanted to
in
know.
that. Okay.
I did.
All right, wait.
So you're, like,
I was gonna
I'm
in
sorry.
red right now.
I was gonna say like my ex that I dated like a couple years ago, like I did Christmas gifts for him every year, and like I don't think he did. I don't feel like I said he didn't, but I feel pretty confident in saying that he didn't until like the last year that we were like talking, and at that point like we were exes, but we were still like in that weird like not done stage. And that was the year he got me a gift, and I wanted to be like, this is the year, like of all the years, like this is the year I got a gift.
That was
Like,
the
this
don't
could
go
be my
nowhere.
last chance.
Nah,
to-
that's the don't go nowhere gift.
But it like was low key thoughtful, but like also kind of like not like he put remote start in my car, which was really nice. And that was thoughtful because that I had been asking for. And then he got me a Ray-Bans gift card to Sunglass Hut to get sunglasses. But he was like, I got you a gift card because he's like, I didn't know what you would have wanted. And I'm kind of like, I feel like you
did.
should have known what I wanted. But like also I didn't 100% know what I wanted either.
But it is nice when someone gets you a gift card and you can buy exactly what you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why I was kind of like, is it low? So
That's why
so
I say
that's
I
a
do like
question.
gift cards. I just don't like giving them.
So do we think gift cards are low effort, or does it depend upon like
Where it's
they're
from?
to? Like, yeah.
I don't like gift cards if I'm thoughtfully giving you a gift. But it's valid, but I'm not going to say, "Oh, I don't want this," but for me personally, like I said, as a grown up, if I'm going to get you a gift, I want it to be thoughtful. If you're not giving me a gift that's thoughtful, I don't appreciate
Like
that gift.
Visa, like don't like. I mean, I'm not gonna say don't because beggars can't be choosers, right? But like, don't give me a Visa gift card. Like that, literally, like.
That's
But
the best.
But
Shoot,
they
I
had
want
to
all
pay, they had to pay
Visas.
$4 extra for
But
it.
no, because if we're talking
That's how
about
you know it's real.
if we're talking about thoughtfulness though, that's like the least thoughtful gift to me that you can give, because you like at least with like I said, like that Sunglass Hut gift card, like it wasn't invalid because we had talked about in the past about like going
You want
together
some- yeah.
and getting like going together, and he was like, if there's a good deal one day, like we'll go together and we'll both get a pair of shades. So like there was a thought behind
Yeah.
like the gift card, so that's why I was like, oh okay, like there was thought put in the gift card. But I feel like when you get a gift card to a place that you don't go to, or like a Visa one like that, I'm like, you don't know me at all, like you just picked anywhere. It was just like, let me get a gift
Golden
card here,
Corral.
like
Chill on Golden Corral. That's my dad's favorite place. Miles, we're going to Golden Corral.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
Um,
lie, I loved Golden Corral as a kid.
I mean, I grew up on it.
So did I.
My dad, we would go to a different restaurant. He'd be like, man, $14 more, we could have had all you could eat at Golden Corral.
I'm not gonna lie,
Shut
like
up.
growing up with a single mom, like, and finances being tight, like, yo, Golden Corral was the treat. Like that was like, Golden Corral was like where we went if we were gonna have a steak.
okay. I've only been there once, and I got sick. I was sick.
Wait.
But this is like old school Golden Corral, like
Because
talking
I
about,
lived
like,
right
in the-
by the Golden Corral, and so me and my ex, I don't know, we went there, and I was physically ill. I don't. Maybe that's because I had the buffet. Anyway,
Did you
I don't
It's
know.
only a buffet.
Oh, it is.
It's only a buffet. Wait, all right.
Did
Before,
you overeat? Is that what happened?
wait, listen. I gotta ask this. Are y'all breaking up on Christmas time during the holidays?
Not until after I get my gift. I'm just kidding.
So how do y'all?
I'm
No.
totally kidding.
No.
Please do not clip that, Miles.
Honestly, I'm clipping that. Thank you. That's perfect. But listen, I feel like you should, because
Not you.
After
before.
or before?
I feel like you should break up before, because it's like imagine, right? You want to break up,
See.
and then it's like I buy like you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to do gifts. So I don't even want to be with you, and I got to buy you a gift. And then it's like,
The worst.
do I just get her something cheap? Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, oh, what if I knew she wanted
So, ladies, if you're getting cheap Christmas gifts, it means he's low key about to break up with you.
chill? Because
Or if he breaks up with you right before he didn't ever want to get you a gift. He hates
and then
it.
y'all get back
Hates it.
together a week later.
No.
Like,
I
hey,
wanna start
babe,
this
so I
new year
actually,
off right.
I changed my mind.
Have y'all ever been broken up with someone around Christmas?
I'm trying to think.
I haven't.
No, I don't.
I haven't.
I don't think so.
One time,
But I don't think I would be above it because, like, this is, like, my season because my birthday is on the 3rd of January.
Oh
So, like,
my
I'm not above,
gosh.
like, all you guys.
I've been in, like, a weird situation period of during Christmas.
can I tell a terrible story?
Yes.
And I'm gonna hate myself for telling this story, but I'm gonna tell this story.
Good for you.
A long, long time ago,
On a dark story.
I dated someone. Dang it, I did this. Okay. A long time ago, I dated someone, and basically they kept going back to their ex, and we were on and off. We were doing that stuff. And
Y'all was
my-
wasting each other's time.
my ex's little sister made me cookies and wrote, "We like you better." Merry Christmas. And
We like you better?
On each cookie
like
was
their
it
family.
a different...
No, like she
letter?
wrote like on the tin that she gave me.
Oh.
It was like, "We
Oh,
like you
that
better."
they like you better than the ex.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Did you take a pic and send
You
it?
should
Yeah, I
have.
have it
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
I have it somewhere. Shout out to her because she was cool. I like her.
We'll
She's
insert
nice.
the picture
Yeah.
right here. Probably not.
No, because I'm pretty sure it says their last name, and I don't want anyone to know who it is. I don't know. Not many people know who my ex is. Besides people I grew up with, maybe. Anyways, so y'all aren't breaking up with people on Christmas. Y'all wait until after.
No, I'm waiting all the way.
Till after New Year's.
And my birthday. And maybe Valentine's Day.
And then it's St. Patrick's Day, and then after that, you know.
And yeah, I
it's
mean St. Patrick's
Easter,
Day.
and then-
Well, no, St. Patrick's Day is like my second birthday because I'm Irish. So
The real
yeah,
question
I mean,
is,
possibly.
why aren't you breaking up with them? If you don't want to even be with them, why aren't you breaking up with them before?
I was really being sarcastic. I was being sarcastic. It was about to be like, I want to make sure I get all my gifts, but I was totally, totally being sarcastic.
All right, when that sarcastic clip is cut out of context.
It's the best.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure that some of the other clips have already made people think I'm materialistic. But
No,
that's fine.
I'm a misogynistic douchebag. On YouTube, they get me. I love
They
it.
cook-
Oh, I
yeah.
need to
I
read.
love
I
it.
haven't been reading the
It makes
comments.
you
I
so
know
happy.
You do. I know.
I literally
like
like.
I feel like that's
I hope
you.
it's
I
bad
feel
when
like they
it's-
think I'm material. The funny thing is, I feel like I come across with certain clips materialistic, and I feel like that's the
I don't think
complete
so.
opposite of me. But some
I
of
saw
them,
one. He like responded back. You're like, he needs help.
I'm giggling as I'm typing it back.
They're cooking you. He's just like laughing.
I literally love
smiling from ear to ear.
it. One time I went like minor viral. I had I think like 300,000 views or whatever, and they were flaming me, and I was just so hyped.
Oh, did you see the one comment?
I saw all the comments.
No. There was one on one of the clips you posted most recently, and it was like somebody shut him up, like,
Yeah,
and then like
don't-
something about us like laughing at
Nervous
his
laughing at me.
to cover like whatever, and I was like, oh my god, it was just like, okay, I hope you had fun typing your paragraph. That literally.
It's crazy. Honestly, it's just so fun. I mean, I can see why. I mean, I do try to like do it out of context on purpose. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, I think it's a good thing, but that is up for debate. I feel like for me, I'm like, okay, I don't know. Like Sam says, like I'm low key sexist, and I don't think I am.
I don't think you are. I think that you're more about
I think you're
the
more
clickbait,
traditional.
the views, and it's more skewed on that. Like maybe you have a little bit of internalized something going on, but I think for the most part,
Wait, what?
Oh!
That was crazy. What do you mean? No. I wanna
my
hear it.
point
Morgan,
is,
go ahead, skate
my
right now,
point
skate.
is that I think you're mostly not a misogynist.
Most
That like what your thing is social media, and that's where you revel. And so I think that it's more of that. And you sometimes say things that you know are gonna get people.
I definitely.
know,
I
yeah.
also think you're more.
Turning it.
I think you have some more traditional views, which I think most like people think is
wrong.
misogynistic,
And
and it's
I-
like that doesn't mean like you can have traditional views, but doesn't mean that you
Are against someone else not
yeah,
having them.
yeah.
I think
That's
like
just your personal views. I don't feel like you would ever hate on anybody for having
exactly.
different views. I think what makes somebody misogynistic is when that's their view and that's the only right view, and they're gonna put down anybody else who has a view that's different than theirs.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Yeah,
I don't
Miles
think that's
just says,
yours.
Like, that's not for me.
Yeah, and like I'll aggressively, like I said, I'm not like like even the 28 thing or but wait, no, forget that. The hormonal one. This is what I gotta say about this because I want to know y'all's opinion. Well, I feel like it's people are sensitive, and I'm using aggressive words, but it's like the word is appropriate. Women are hormonal. I mean, males are too. But I feel like if I didn't talk bad about dudes too, then I would be sexist. Like, I think a lot of dudes are bums too. Like, but I think, for example, I mean, my sister is single and she's 31, about to be 32. I don't think she's a low value woman. I think she's a great woman. But it's like, I say that because it's like, it is a little bit of the views, and I don't believe that entirely. There's millions of exceptions, but
But you can have an overarching view about something, but that doesn't mean that's your consensus for everybody. That's like, it's like almost like some of the stuff that you say. I mean, it's not everything that you're saying is a stereotype, but it kind of works the same way. Like, a stereotype is a stereotype for a reason. However, that does not mean everybody
falls into
that stereotype. It's the same kind of thing. Like, your opinions are true, but of course there may be 1,000 exceptions, but there could also be 1,000,000 people that fit in that category, and that's why it's a stereotype. So it's kind of the same.
And it's just kind of fun, but I'm not letting this go. Morgan, what did you mean by I think you might have something going on?
We all have something going on.
No, say it. I want to hear it.
No,
it's not going to offend me.
I just mean that it's the same thing as what she was saying. Like, it's more the traditional values. When I say you have a little something going on, I think we all have. Okay, so let me speak for myself. I've noticed that I have some internalized misogyny within myself. And that's something like I've had to look at too and be like, why is this there? What is like, where is this from?
Can you say what it is?
I can't really think of like a specific thing. I've just noticed maybe like a certain thing come out of my mouth or just a thought inside of my head that I can't control.
That you feel like women are less than is what you're saying.
Not less than. It's so hard to think of an example off the rip, but like, I don't know, just in the slightest moments, it could be just a passing thought. But for me, I'm like, oh, that is something like, the term like a pick me. It's almost skewing those things together. I don't know how to explain it without like an example.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But it's something that, you try to kind of figure out like, where is that coming from? Why am I like this? So,
yeah.
But I don't think it's because I think that women are less than. I think it's just things that have been kind of taught to me throughout the years or things that I've consumed.
Yeah. I think too, with my thoughts, it's like, I've had someone reach out to me, and then you said you had someone say to you that like, oh, Miles doesn't speak up for men. And although I may feel like I agree with some of those thoughts, 55, I don't know, it obviously ranges on particular thoughts, but I'm in the dudes group messages. You know what I'm saying? And this is a hot topic, but body count for girls. It may not be right. I'm not saying that you are no good because you have a high body count, but I would be lying to say if I talk to most dudes in private conversations that they're not going to say that it matters. Whether they're insecure, whether it's wrong, whether it's messed up. But what I'm saying is like, I kind of try to speak for the general like groups in different areas, and I just say like, okay, if most dudes I talk to and they say this opinion, like
That's the opinion you're going with, even if that may not be yours, is what you're saying?
I don't like for example, I judge. Everyone judges. You judge. Everyone
Yeah,
judges.
Right.
I don't care what you believe, what you do. I know that I'm a hypocrite in many different facets of life, right? So like for me, I'm just kind of saying like, oh, I may think this in a way, I may believe this, but it doesn't mean like it's less than. Like I think women are better than men in many different ways. I may say women can be hormonal, but I'm wrong for that. But if a woman says they're being hormonal, then it's not wrong. And it's like,
Well, isn't that kind of like the N-word?
that's what Sam said. No, no, because at the end of the day, it's like, first of all, the N-word was given by white people.
That's like a very
Extreme
example, but
No, Sam said the same thing, but it's like, if you want to break that down, black people shouldn't be saying that word either, because that's really stupid. Like, you're literally saying, hey, white person gave me this name, and I'm going to call my friends this. It means bro, but my friends can't say this.
I think going back
So-
to like the hormonal thing, I think it's like I can kind of understand what you're saying. Like, we take a lot of words and like it's okay in one context but not in the other. So like it's not okay for you to be like, oh, well, she acted that way because she's being hormonal, but then it's supposed to be okay if I go, hey, Miles, sorry that I've had an attitude all week, I've been hormonal. It's like we can't. And I'm not saying that I even necessarily agree with that, but it's like I get what you're saying. It's like sometimes it's like, well, when you're using it, it's okay. Like when we're using it as an excuse, but when somebody calls you out for that behavior, now it's not okay. So it has to either, for me, it's like, if I'm going to use the excuse that I acted some way because I was hormonal, then I can't be mad when somebody else calls me out for in the reverse way. Like either be mad about all of it or be mad about none of it.
And I've heard like people, you know, some girls, I don't know if it was TikToks or whatever, but when the guy says, oh, are you on your period or something? You know, that's like
wrong.
basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I
So is
don't-
that, and they say that a dude shouldn't say that?
Do you feel like that's a maturity thing? I feel like that's
I feel like that's a maturity thing. I honestly probably wouldn't even get mad at it. I'd just be like, yeah, I fucking am.
No.
So, like,
Yeah, and it's like if a woman says something about a guy, like I think for me, not defending myself because I don't care, because a lot of things I say don't even apply to me. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my takes do not even apply to me. Like I just got engaged. I'm not breaking up with Sam if she goes through my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like even if she's being hormonal, I'm not breaking up with Sam. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm just talking trash. But it's like I think sometimes I'm like, people are so sensitive because it's not the political thing to say. And even with the women tendencies or male tendencies, I get they sound, but like for me in like just conversation with y'all, and obviously people are listening, is like, I don't pick the guy side only. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the name of the podcast is whatever she wants. I mean, there is, you know, you could say some irony or whatever to it. But I really, and I said in the last clip, I really believe that women run the world. Men want women, care, praise, everything women. I think that women are amazing. I think that they're all the above. I'm not even going to talk about it. If I said women are no good and blah, 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 and the things I said and didn't say that men are bums and everything, then I'd be like, all right, Miles, you a little kind of crazy.
Yeah, but even still, like, I mean, you and I go back and forth about stuff a lot of times, right? And we may not see eye to eye, and I may not have certain qualities that you would want in the person, but that doesn't mean that there aren't 100 other guys out there who I check everything on their list and more, because people value different things differently. Like, going back real quick to the body count thing, you said like all the guys talk about it in the group chat, but I'm sure there's probably, and maybe they don't even speak up on it because they don't want to be the only one that doesn't agree, but there probably is one or two guys in there that truly maybe cares, but like that if somebody had all the other stuff, like a high body count is not going to be a deal breaker for them. And they may not say it because they may not want everybody to know that. I feel like sometimes we have things that we're okay with that we may not say we're okay with out of fault of just like not wanting everybody to be like, what do you mean you're okay with a high body count? What are you talking about? Like, or whatever it may be. But that doesn't mean, like, I truly believe that, like, the person that you're supposed to be with, or even like the friends that you have in your life, like, they choose you because what you bring to the table fits them, even if it may not be a perfect fit. Like, even when I think about my best friend and I's relationship, like, we are polar opposite people. And I don't think, like, at this point in our life necessarily that we would either one of us would check 100% of the other person's, like, list of requirements for a friend.
Yeah.
But because we have so much time and history and genuine, like, good connection, it outweighs some of those stuff that may be on the list. And that's why I think, like, some of the stuff you've said, like, is true. Like, you know, maybe you a year ago, if somebody had gone through your phone, it would have been different. But I 100% believe, I don't think for a second it would even cross your mind to leave Sam if she went through your phone. Yeah. Like, because she
said that too, didn't she? She was like, she was like,
but because I think there are people that you not break your boundaries for, because we shouldn't be breaking boundaries, but I think there's people that you're just like, does the good outweigh the bad? Because nobody is perfect. And that's what I think sometimes we get stuck on in our society, is like, we're always trying to chase the checklist, like, whether it be in a partner, a friendship, our own life. And it's like, you can only have so many things at one time. We only have the capacity for so much. So it's like, sometimes somebody or a relationship or a situation or your life is going to have all of these things that you've been wanting, and sometimes it's going to have none of the things that you've been wanting, and you just have to kind of, like, figure out what the right, like, balance is. I think that's only, and I think, you know, like you were talking about, like, kind of self-reflecting on things, I think that's something you really have to self-reflect. Like, the only person who can decide what balance is the right balance of yeses and nos is you.
Yeah, for sure. No, exactly. I agree. I mean, that's the thing with me and Sam. It's like, yeah, Sam's not perfect. I'm not perfect either. And, like, I always say, she may not do this or do something, you know, whatever the case may be, but she does all these other things that it doesn't even matter if she doesn't do this or she does this that I don't like, you know. And I think you're right. I agree with that. But I have a question. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. If a dude told you, yeah, like, I was a dog. Like, they're telling you, like, I was a dog. I was a terror. Like, I was doing this and doing that. And I'm changed now. Are you buying it?
Can't teach an old dog a new trick. Oof. I don't know. Anybody that I know that, like, people in my life that I know, not anyone I've dated, but people in my life that were dogs, they still are. It's just they low key about it now instead of high key. I'm not saying that people can't change.
Yeah. So are you okay with that? Like, is it like, oh shoot, I'm like, I was a dog. Like, are you gonna maybe test that water out still? Or are you gonna be like,
I mean, it's the same thing I think we talked about in, like, one of the very first episodes. Like, I'm not going to I'm not going to judge you or make a decision about you based off of your past. However, maybe some things that I would normally let, like, slide, I may not let slide. Like, if we're laying up in bed and your phone, if it's 1 a.m. and we laying in the bed and your phone is going bonkers and I knew you used to be for the streets, nah, we got to talk about why your phone's going off at 1 a.m. If I didn't know you were for the streets and your phone was going off at 1 a.m., would I probably still be like, that's weird, but I wouldn't think as deeply about it. Me personally.
So I love that you said that, because I couldn't really figure out my thoughts. It's like, that is a perfect example of how I feel about any of the hot takes I say. I say, because one of my homies said, would you care if a girl had X amount of bodies? And I say, it depends where I find her. And it goes back to saying, like, did I find her in the club and I seen her 5 weekends ago? If I see her and she was at church, I don't go to church. I'm not saying, you know, people go to church are great and all, or, like, perfect. But what I'm saying is, I might be like, you know what, like, she's changed. Like, if she's showing signs of change, and that's what I meant by, like, exceptions. It's like, if a girl is 30 years old, she could be the best thing on earth. She might have, you know, been through a situation. Like, she might have, you know, I had someone say that she took care of her grandmother that was dying for the past 10 years or whatever. So it's like, there's exceptions for it, but it's like, where do you find this person? Like, and if they do that, it's like, it's not a cancel. It's a, let me just, I'm
Yeah,
tallying
I
it.
think
You know
just
what I mean?
have to. I just think you have to watch. Like, Morgan, do you kind of have the same sentiment? Like, if you knew he was for the streets and it was going, like, you
Yeah.
would maybe have a different.
Oh, my ears would be perked up. I wouldn't necessarily like rule anyone out for
Yeah.
anything that they did in the past because I think that's unfair. But okay, question.
Yeah.
What guy is telling you I'm a dirty, dirty dog?
That you were.
Like,
But
who
listen,
says that?
But I was thinking about, I forgot what made me think about, but
I would be like, that's a weird statement.
but what, like,
Right.
Morgan's like, that's a weird statement. But I think more what Miles was trying to point out was just like if you know somebody used to be that
Okay.
way, or
Well,
maybe you can.
no,
Assume
I was just wondering
something.
too, because I was watching this video. You know who Tiana Trump is? I think that's her name. Yeah, Tiana Trump.
Is it Trump's daughter?
No, she's
Tiana
like, she
Taylor?
goes by,
Are you talking about?
maybe she says she's like the throat goat and stuff like
Tiana
that.
Oh, I know. I don't know.
Okay,
who
well,
this
anyways,
is.
there's this YouTube page. They get like influencers or like rappers or whatever, and they get like the opposite sex, and they all line up and they basically go through the list. Anyways, that's besides the point. This girl, she's like a porn star basically. She was on there, and she was like,
Morgan.
I'm
Oh,
not.
sorry, that's
I'm not.
related.
I'm not trying to get married till I'm 40. And basically, like, she was like, I want a quickie. Like, she was just saying basically, like, she's outside. And I'm like, can
Okay.
you respect that? Like,
Wait,
and
like-
be like,
I mean, no, you can respect that. Go ahead,
she's
be out.
honest.
I mean, be
Yeah, you can
outside, but
respect
you're not
it.
going to be in a relationship with me and outside. Like,
You can respect
but I'm
the
saying, like,
honesty.
if it was like, yeah, no, like if a dude came to you, like, I was thinking, like, from a guy's perspective, like, if this girl came to me and was like, yeah, back in the day, I was this and that. I just wanted this, and I just wanted to hook up with as many guys and do this. Like, would I respect that
I
and be
don't
like,
know.
But
at
here's
least
the-
she's
But
honest?
here's the thing: she's gonna attract someone of the same likeness, right?
Yeah.
So a guy that has been out in the
That
streets
used to
being a
be in the
dirty,
street,
dirty
yeah.
dog, maybe in the industry, like I don't know what this is. I'm writing something, but like attracts like, and
Yeah.
so I think that like
but I
It would
also think I think the red flag for me for that would be like you still have a source of your identity tied to that. Like if that's how you started out, then like
yeah, until 40.
How much can you change?
yeah,
Right,
like,
until
no. Like
40.
your identity is still tied to that. Like, you know, I don't go straight off telling people off the bat, but like, and a lot of people in Richmond know, but like I used to do bottle service, and it's not that like I was out here doing anything crazy. Like I wasn't, but I don't lead with that information. That's like when we're talking about my past and like different things like that, it comes up, but I don't lead with that because I don't want that past like nightclub lifestyle to be in association with who I am now, because it's not who I am now. So I think if you're coming out the gate like saying, "Oh, I used to do da 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 da," okay, so you were proud of not that she necessarily has anything to not be proud of. I mean, it is what it is, but like you obviously still have a sense of your identity
Wait.
tied into that if you're leading with that.
So wait, all right. So what about like when you're talking to a person and you're like, oh, you probably got to text all your other hoes, or oh, like something about like basically implying that you look like you might have hooked up, and that's what they kind of say is like, yeah, I was going crazy back in
Who
the day.
responds like that?
What if there's like, okay, it is crazy.
Like, I was
Because
going
I've
crazy
definitely,
back in the
because
day.
I've definitely
Okay,
sent
but-
a text before and been like, oh, like something about like your other hoes.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
be doing that shit.
And
no,
then-
no,
Don't
no,
be doing
no,
that.
not now, but like
Okay.
when I was younger, yeah, 100%. And it's like I've never had. All guys are like, nah.
But
like
that, okay,
nobody is.
but
Yeah,
listen,
what are they
but
gonna
wait,
say?
wait.
Yeah,
That's what
like-
I'm saying though. Hear me out, right? A lot of those dudes be lying, so it's like, what if the dude's just honest? What if he's honest? So likeness
Yeah, that's
attracts
better.
likeness.
That's
So
better.
y'all like each other, whatever, already there. And he's like, yeah, I was like,
Yeah, because I mean, if you're talking about the hose or whatever, you probably already know or you've seen signs.
Oh
that
yeah,
he's
like I
being
know
a
you
hoe.
got
no,
hoes.
no. He's changed. He's a changed man, but he used to.
Okay,
he used to,
but you're
you
saying
know
that
what
he's
I'm saying?
honest now, and
Yeah, but he just
Okay.
said it like, yeah, I was going crazy.
If
back
he
in the
said
day.
like I was going crazy, I would respect that because you didn't have to be honest. But again, I think it goes back to what we always talk about. It's then gonna be, what do you do? Like, do you move like
yeah, that's
you still got hella hoes?
and that's what I told.
Or
That's what I told the dude is like, I'm not canceling a girl if she Actually, I personally might. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to lie.
It was the for me.
I'm not gonna lie. I might. If no. If I meet a girl, right, and likeness attracts likeness, like Morgan said, I like that, and we're in the same place, right? We're just things seem like she is the reason why we likeness attract likeness, right? And
Y'all are on the same page.
we're on the same page, and then we have a conversation. Maybe we're not official yet or whatever. She tells me that she's ran it up. I'm definitely gonna be like, but I'm not necessarily saying I'm gonna cut her off and be honest. But for me, where my head does go, just being honest, is okay. You ran it up,
But like,
how much have you actually changed, and why were you running it up? You know what
But
I'm
In
saying?
that
Also-
same respect, she was honest.
but also,
Exactly, and I'm like-
also as grown, I'm sorry, like this is the place that I'm at currently. As grown ass adults, I'm sorry. What is the point behind me asking what your body count is? Why is it the point of you? And I'm not now. Have I done this shit in the past? Yes, 100%. But at the end of the day, what purpose does me knowing your body count serve? It doesn't, because at the end of the day, if you're the type of person who wants to fuck around with a bunch of people, you're going to fuck around with a bunch of people, whether that means you don't ever get into a relationship, whether that means you don't make things exclusive, whether that means you cheat. Like, people are going to do what they want to do regardless. Like, me knowing that information is not going to change who they are now. I think it's more important to pay attention, like, to what that person is doing
today.
is doing now. But I also think you can only at some point too. I think I've gotten to the point in relationships where the only person you can really worry about how they move is yourself. Because at the end of the day, you cannot control the other person. And like, you can be I've seen it happen. I've seen people be amazing partners to people and still get dogged.
But
So like, you might as well have just been yourself and walked out of that situation knowing I was the best version of me. They fucked up.
But look, okay, so I'm just speaking, like I said, from general, because people do ask that, right? I think me and Sam have talked about it later in the relationship, not like on some I need to figure this out, but I'm just playing devil's advocate, right? If you're, I always say, and I just realized someone was trolling me with the I need some more stats with statistically or whatever. I just realized that. But I say, like, okay, if I meet this girl, if a guy meets a girl and they say, okay, they have 100 bodies, right? And you've been in 3 long-term relationships, to me, I say, okay, well, why did she feel so, whatever, to run through all these people? And how out of these 100 people did she not find someone that she wanted to be with? And if she just wanted to be on the streets, that's one thing. I'm not saying that's canceled, but I would like to say that it would maybe not be a bad thing to understand, and not only just body count, but different things in life, like.
But you can tell. But I feel like if you really get to know somebody and you know what they've been through, like, to me, there are not always, but a lot of times, if somebody has a higher count, there is usually like something that somebody went through. And that's the reason. Not always, but it could be that they just wanted to have a fucking good ass time and like they were a party girl. Like, but I think you can have, there are other conversations that will lead into the why without y'all actually talking about why. And I think there's other things. For me, I feel like that's usually from conversations that I've had with other people. That is a product of something else that you could figure out without ever talking about body count. But
I agree.
The other thing too, when we talk about men and women's body counts, also, I feel like it's the irony to me always when men care about high body counts, like when you hear it on like social media and something like that, like I wouldn't date a girl that has more than this, more than that, are the same ones that be like, but I don't want to teach a girl how to give head. I don't want to teach a girl how to be good in bed. I want her to do da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm not saying that those things can't happen, but like, just like with anything, you learn through experience. So you can't be mad if she's a beginner and she's got, like, to me, that just doesn't.
There's other ways
I mean, and I'm not saying that there's not, but I feel like that's hypocrite. Like, you want
I get what you're saying.
a star
Yeah.
athlete, but you don't want them to ever have played a game. Like,
yeah.
that doesn't make sense. I'm not saying, again, that there's not other way, but it's just like those be the same people who then be commenting about how they want a girl that's such a freak, and it's like, wait, like,
Yeah, but those same dudes are
think
no
that
good.
Yeah, like
well, no, and I'm not saying that,
they
but I
want to
think
date this.
but I
freak,
think that's-
or
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think that's a lot. But regardless of date or not date, I feel like that's the consensus on social media. Like, if you look, you'll hear a lot of stuff like that where guys are like, I want a girl that does this, and this. But then that same guy is like, but I don't want her to have ever
yeah,
been
but
with
is that
anybody.
wife
And
or
it's
is,
like,
you know? I don't know.
I mean, are you talking about comments or actual posts? Because
I don't know.
because I feel like I was
And
gonna
it's not that I really have an opinion upon it. I think people can learn from no experience or a lot of experience, or
I
mean,
Corn.
yeah, that part, wherever you want to learn. I just think there's a lot of like hypocritical sexist things around body count. Or maybe a better example is the men that have super high body counts that then want a girl that has no body
it's the
count. And I'm not
hypocrisy.
saying that you can't want that, right? Because everybody's entitled to want whatever they want regardless. But it's like, that's wild. Like,
But yeah, it kind of about like, what is the reasoning behind it? Is it the fact that you want your person to be not had by a lot of other people, and then like, do you dissect it further than that? Like, because you don't want everybody else looking at you like this is a hoe.
I would say so. Yeah, I mean, honestly, again,
But
I
I think that
understand what
has-
y'all are saying. I really do. It is hypocritical, and I really honestly was just questioning myself in my head. Well, sexist is where you hate the other sex, right? Like to me, I say, and that was a actual question, because to me, I say, my biggest thing that I just really do not know, I don't have a definitive answer, is just, I don't even want to talk about because we talked about it for a while before, but is there actual male and female roles, and do they actually matter? And they don't have to matter for everyone, but are they important? And for me, I say, well, okay, I say I'm different from a lot of guys because the simple fact of I didn't run my body count up strictly because I felt like, basically, long story short, treat others how you want to be treated. And I say I don't personally want to go out in public and know that my girl like has been hit by this and that, and I don't want my girl to go out in public and know that I've also been, because I feel like there's value, just like anything you know.
I think
But is that an ego thing?
Oh yeah, but we all live off of ego.
But I also
we all
think-
live off of
but
ego.
I also
Yeah, but don't you have to live off the id? Isn't that what it is?
yeah.
I don't know, what is that? Inform me.
Like, you're not supposed, I don't know the exact science behind it, but like, you're not supposed to like, we'll have to, that's a different conversation for a whole different podcast. But,
Yeah.
but I think the thing that sometimes, and this just goes back to what I continually say on the podcast, people get stuck up on what people used to do, because like, there's girls that may have 100 bodies deep, but you know, she moves so privately that like when you guys are out, like it's never going to be an issue, or like may present herself where like people would be shocked to hear that. And then there's other
Yeah.
girls that be wildin' and only got 1-2 bodies, but the way they carry themselves, you would be like, so then my question is would you rather have the girl that has the high body count, who nobody knows has a high body count, and everything about her, the way she carries herself, the way she posts on social media, everything like that,
Yeah, that's-
says I'm a lady, I'm a wife, I'm this, I'm that? Or would you rather have the girl that's twerking on the gram but only actually got 2 bodies?
Do you want to know my answer?
I want to know your genuine. I'm sure you're gonna say the one with the actual less bodies, huh?
I'm gonna say neither.
My ass is like none of them.
I-
But you get what I'm saying, like. But I guess it's to the person that's the only person that really should matter to is the person that you're in the relationship with. If y'all don't see, ultimately you guys have to see eye to eye on it. If it's a problem, then it's a problem. For me, I've said I've never wanted to be with a guy that cared about body count. Whatever the body count was, for me, there's just a certain level of immaturity in caring about what his body count is, or him caring about what my body count is. I don't even play in that field of question. Like, I'm I'm at a point now where I don't even stop and try to figure out based upon conversations that we've had how many bodies you might possibly
I can
have
tell.
because I just don't give a fuck.
Can I say something crazy? I can tell what type of girl is by the way she walks. If I look at a girl the way she walks, I can tell. Like, I can just tell. I'm serious. I can tell. I'm telling you, I can tell.
Morgan, we're not going to even acknowledge that one.
I
I'm
can
just gonna let that
tell.
one go.
I can tell. I'm dead serious.
We're just,
All right.
I can tell.
All right.
I can tell. But anyways, I think the thing is like ego, because the thing is yes, it is ego. I think the difference is admitting that it's ego, just like the other podcast where I said I was butthurt. Most people don't want to admit that they're butthurt about something. Yeah. I'm okay with admitting that. Like, I'm okay with saying an ego. We all have egos. You know, let's think about even, we're not going to hit it, but engagement and a ring is ego. Mm-hmm. Getting a ring is ego.
Yeah.
It's ego. Everything. How you're looking right now is ego. Everything is ego. We all have egos. If we didn't care about egos, we would be bumming it. You know, we probably wouldn't even shower as much as we needed to. Everything is ego. I'm okay with admitting ego. Like, not posting your person, not doing this, not sharing this, that's all ego. So for guys, it's like, I think it's an issue because I agree it is hypocritical, it is wrong. I say I'm not living by those hypocritical rules because I don't think that is cool. I really don't think that's cool. But I will also admit that I do care because in the gym scene, if I go to the gym and I hit every girl that I could have hit, I don't want to bring Sam in the gym and know that. I just don't. I feel bad.
I also think there's a difference between a high body count and messy. Like, those are two because somebody could have a body count of 3, but if you hit all 3 dudes that all go to the same gym and now you're dating a 4th dude at the gym, okay, you only got 4 bodies, but you messy. Like, so I also think there's added layers to that. But I think you can also always tell when somebody cares. Like, even it's very easy to tell if a guy cares because I've dated guys where the conversation has come up within the first month of dating, and I've dated other guys where the conversation, we dated our whole 2-year, my ex from a couple years ago that I dated for 2 years or a year and a half, whatever the time frame was, we never talked about.
Yeah. And
we may have talked about previous partners and maybe good or bad experiences that you've had intimately to then have a good experience off of us, but we never once were well, how many bodies do you have? Because it just didn't matter to either one of us.
Yeah. And back in the day I dated, I found out we broke up once and then people were like, oh yeah, she blah, blah, blah. And I ended up dating her again. I don't think it entirely matters. I think I got this last question and then we're going to wrap this up. Question. With ourselves as beings, with all those things, egos, with image, with all those things that equals us as humans, do you, and not just in body count, but in general, think that your value, I'm trying to think, does your value matter in how you carry yourself and what you allow to happen to you? Do you think that equates your value to everyone else, or do you think that is the only value? Okay, sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question. Do you think that you should have value for everyone else, or do you think the only value matters is within yourself? Does that make sense?
Yes, you're asking what's more important, how other people value
Not necessarily
you,
most important. It's up to y'all if you think it's important.
Or whether you value yourself more.
I do think the most important relationship you have is with yourself, but what are you saying? What do you mean as far as value with other people? All
right, for example, because this is very subjective, so I'm asking y'all's opinion, not how everyone else should move, right? Because for the example of the body count, I say that, and it doesn't make me more valuable, let's make that clear. I say that I'm more valuable because I don't just give myself to everyone. Give it up. And not only just sex, but even just relationships as maybe friends or anything like that. But I feel like it's more it's more like scarce, like it's more like,
But
and not everyone
everybody-
can have this.
But
Right.
everybody has a different. I think everybody has a different definition of value, and I think the other thing too, we talk about this a lot too, which is why I say like, it's hard for me to judge somebody on their past because if you don't, if so, like you're saying, your relationship with yourself is the most important, and if somebody doesn't have a good relationship with themselves, their past may look different because they didn't value themselves. And I think when we don't value ourselves, we move very differently than how we would if we do. So that's why I think, so I mean, ultimately, like, you have to live with the decisions that you make, and nobody knows those but yourself. So I think if you value yourself and respect where you are currently and the growth that you have, I think then the right people are going to value you regardless of all the other stuff. I don't know if that, I wasn't 100% sure what you were asking about, so I tried to answer what
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like, this is that part of the pod where we can keep going on this. You know what I'm saying? Because I have questions. I mean, I love this kind of topic. I have a lot more, like, questions about it. But
I kind of get what you're saying. Like, I feel like some people who, and I've done this in the past before, where you were kind of emotionally like dumping on somebody or like doing that, what is it called? Like oversharing.
Yeah.
It's almost like when I get the overshare from the person who never shares with me, I feel like that's so special,
Yeah.
and they're entrusting me with something that's near and dear to their heart. So it feels very important, and I want to protect it.
Yeah. And that's how I feel. And you said it, like, the last thing you said was actually really where it lies. I guess the fun question, which we can talk about later or whatever, would be what are your values, because that is so open-ended, but it's like you said, it depends, because the value of a body count, for example, may not be valued by someone that you care to be with. Like, there's no value there, so that value means absolutely nothing, because value is, at the end of the day, subjective.
Yeah.
I just look at, because it's like hype shoes, right? Someone may pay $2,000 for the Travis Scotts, but this next person might be like, I would never spend that. I don't care about those shoes. I'm putting
But also think about the same thing. Like, we're using this sneaker example. There's sneakers that when they dropped, everybody could get their hands on, but now that they can't, and so now their value has gone up or their value has changed.
Yeah.
So I think that's an important thing to take note of too, is that somebody's value can definitely change. Just like I would say, like, just for example, with me dating, like, the type of men that could have dated me 2 years ago, I wouldn't even respond to your DMs in my DMs now. Like, I would not, because I know that my value has changed. So I think it's kind of the same thing. Like, people's value can change, and it can go the opposite way. People's value can decrease. Like, and that's why I say it's more important what you're doing presently, because your value can change in the opposite way as well. And that's why I think, like, for me, it's less about what you did previously. It's like, what's your current stock, what's your current value, and are you doing things that lead to me thinking that your stock is going to rise, or are you doing things that lead me to think your stock is going to decrease? That's more important to me than what your value was 6 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But
personally, that's just...
Yeah, and it can be dependent on the person, too. Like,
yes.
Your value can decrease to me, but maybe not in the grand scheme of things to
Yeah,
everybody else. But to
right,
me,
right.
your value has decreased entirely.
Right. Like, I think everybody has different, 100% has different things that would, like, decrease. Like I'll just give, like, one little example. Like, I know some women who, like, if a man is too open and emotional, that's a like a value decrease for them, because they feel like they're, like, not a man, or they're whatever the case may be. But for me, I want somebody that's in touch, so that would be like a value increase for me. But that's for me specifically. And I think, again, that's why it's important for you to just find somebody that, I mean, as corny as that sounds, that has the same values as you.
Same
like,
values.
do y'all...
Yeah, not everyone's compatible.
Miles, don't respond on that example, because that's going to get
We
you
can
started.
and
And I was not trying to get you started. I was just trying to give an example.
You guys.
That was beautiful. I'm proud of us. Morgan, talk more.
I was gonna say I know
I'm-
I talked less, so that means you had to have talked more.
I'm just glad you guys didn't go on your rants where I'm just like,
Morgan's like, yeah.
now my eyeballs don't hurt.
Yeah. This is beautiful. Anyways, I hope everyone's having a Merry Christmas, or had one, and getting ready for your New Year's. And put what you got in the comments. I like hearing what people get for Christmas. So
Yeah,
if you
And if they didn't get you anything,
Let us know who we need to.
Morgan got you.
if you need a New Year's date,
Yeah. If your boyfriend or girlfriend
Let me
didn't
know.
get
I
you
might
any
have someone in
presents, break up with them because they don't want to be with you anymore. There's my clip. Yes. I need one clip.
Don't take
you
my.
probably have some in there.
I think I got some
But-
clips.
Miles'
All
advice.
right. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure if you want to support, to subscribe. If you disagree with any of us, just comment. If you have something you want us to talk about, leave a comment, shoot a
If you
message to
hate
one
our
of us.
face, let us know.
And I think my dogs are hungry. That's what it is. Thank you guys for listening. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
All right, bye.
We should record.